it's time to do one of the things that we said we would start the stream off with.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is a discussion, a review, a conversation, an analysis, a retrospective. I'm really gassing it up of Fantastic Four.
Or
A movie that
wow.
was, in my mind, a little bit of like the second jab, the second punch thrown of our superhero blockbusters for the summer, right? We started off with Superman, a really good movie, a movie that I honestly think if you didn't like and didn't enjoy and didn't think was at least pretty good, you have no soul,
Like if
heart,
you
or
give it a 5.
compassion.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
I
and,
agree.
and following was Fantastic Four, right? A movie that came out a couple weeks later, a movie that we've seen relatively recently, as of the time of us talking
Mhm.
about it now. It's only been out for like the opening, weekend. Um, but one that I kind of had mixed hopes for. The trailers looked really good. It
Yeah.
looked like it'd be a very
Oh, spoilers
visually,
by the way.
yeah, yeah, we'll get
Just
into
want to
yeah,
put spoilers, yeah.
a visually interesting movie, right? Just based on the trailers and
Mhm.
all that stuff. Um, and you don't really see that too much with MCU movies, right? You don't really see like a visual flair in the, kind of in an MCU movie. That's actually the end of the sentence, right? You usually aren't gonna
Yeah.
look at an MCU movie and think, "Damn, bro, this actually looks good." They did their big one with this, so I was already
Yeah.
kind of excited. I felt like they really needed to hit this one out of the park as they're establishing another really important team for Marvel. And upon watching it, I have to say that was not a fantastic movie. That was not a great watch. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. But
I'm
man,
glad you're going first.
spoilers for Fantastic Four 2025. That wasn't fun, bro. Like, it wasn't great.
It
It
was
was
not, yeah.
not a great movie. And while I didn't necessarily expect it to stack up to be that, it fell short in a lot of ways that really kind of fried me walking out of that theater, man.
I'll be straight up. I've been, a Fantastic Four fan since I was like 7 years old, right? I saw the 2000s movies like on a ripped DVD from a woman that was like selling pirated copies in at my local laundromat because it was 2006. And poverty. So like I've been on this, bro. Like I went to my library, read Fantastic Four comics. I watched and got these DVDs of the Fantastic Four animated show. Then I went on YouTube and I watched the animated show from the 90s. I've been an FF fan for my entire life, basically, right? My entire life consciously. Hold on. Spider-Man still like basically beats all of them in terms of longevity. Shout out Raimi. But that is to say, bro, I'm well aware of the struggle of seeing the Fantastic Four adapted to live action. This is without question the best Fantastic Four movie ever. Period. The next best Fantastic Four movie has a 37 on Rotten Tomatoes. I would not rank this movie that much higher. Um, I'm yes, the Nickelodeon Fantastic Four. Um, I want to be transparent about something, and that is like my expectations going into the movie were going to be a lot higher, I think, than most people. My desire for it was going to be a lot higher than most people. Um, and I'll be honest with you, I got out of the theater, and I remember like being upset that entire night. I was like quiet, bro. I was like staring at at the floor, just like cleaning up a little bit, and I was just thinking about the movie. And there are so many things that I disliked about it, but that were objectively better than anything that's ever come before, right? So I'll start off with a good one, right? Like a good, like obvious piece. Galactus, right out the page, right? Right out of the page for comics. That was a perfect fucking Galactus visually. So character wise, fucking nut. Like I don't know that was Galactus. One, the fact that his physical form can just be like rocked like that, it just sure it's happened in like comics once or twice before, but it's something that just generally bugs me because like he's not really meant to look like that. Like he's perceived to be looking like that, right? But Galactus, the Thing, is massive, right? It would be like it would be like God, I was gonna make a DC analogy, but it's basically the same thing, right? But it's like, I don't know. It's like if you teleported your fingernail and you're like, all right, bro, we beat him. Like it was so weird to me because Galactus was just a fucking kaiju and not like Cthulhu, which is basically what he's supposed to be. The second part is a power scaling thing that like sounds petty, but it affected my viewing experience, which is Galactus just ate. Right? A famished Galactus, maybe I can stomach that, right? Starving, right? Maybe I can stomach that. He just got done eating another planet before that, like 5 seconds before that. What are you talking about? That's a Galactus that can kill multiple Celestials, bro. Like, it's not even that Sue is weak. Sue is really strong. Like, you could argue her or Johnny are the strongest members of the Fantastic Four. The problem is, A, her basically doing it single-handedly to a Galactus that is full, that is then B, not fighting back well. Again, Lovecraftian monster, essentially. Not Godzilla. And that's the part that like really fucking grated me, right? But on paper, it's an accurate depiction of the character of Galactus, but not the depiction of Galactus. And it just got to me.
Yeah.
You acknowledge Galactus isn't as strong as he is in the comics. They made him a planet-eating, like, ship encompasses, like, a fucking galaxy. Like, they adapted Galactus from the comics visually, right? And all the bells and whistles there, right? They gave the illusion that, like, this version of Galactus was Galactus, devourer of worlds, right? This bothered me because, well, that's just the kaiju. You get me? Like, him being that weak is one thing, but he just ate. And I know it sounds fucking petty, but if you know anything about Galactus, when he eats, he gets stronger, right? Like it's exponentially so. Exponentially so. Like, when Galactus eats, he is stronger than the energy he consumes. So that's kind of like the first thing that like really started to nag on me as the movie went on, was that I really liked that they were trying to find like elegant solutions to getting rid of him, right? To teleporting him or to trying to teleport the Earth. I liked the idea of them doing that, right? And visually, sonically, I really like the movie. I especially like the title track of the Fantastic Four. Really like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the retrofuturism. There was a lot about the movie. I think visually, probably one of Marvel's best in years. Like outside of a Guardians movie. My problem is in like Fantastic Four canon. It was just all a little off. And I'm not even disagreeing that like if it was a much weaker Galactus, like sure, but I think here's my gripe, right? I would have been more okay with that scene if Galactus hadn't just eaten, right? Like if it was Galactus starved out of his mind, like Earth was the next fucking thing, okay, I'd be more okay with that. But then the other problem is like, where'd you teleport him to, right? Like space, like he can just come like he's not lost. It's fucking Galactus. That like it. There was a lot of like little things like that just kind of like to me. And you could like, okay, if you wanted to adapt the comics, which people might not be a fan of like how it's done, but like you could try to get the ultimate nullifier in there. If you're trying to say, oh, they raided Galactus' ship, they find it there and they threaten him with it. Bit lazier, sure, whatever. I'm not even mad at the teleportation angle. I just wish it was more elaborated on, like why that would be enough to stop him, right? Why would it, like, again, why would it stop why would throwing a space god back in space stop him.
I
That's
wasn't really under the impression that it would stop him. I thought the idea was just like, yeah, dude, we just send him so far that we're not on the radar anymore, right? Like in the light, the them jumping into light
every
speed back and forth was like that was a month. That was a month of light speed travel, right?
yeah.
Send
Silver
them
Surfer's faster than that, right?
is
Silver Surfer,
Galactus.
Herald, yeah,
Galactus is Herald. She's not eating the planet. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying you send him so
and
far, the Earth isn't on the menu anymore. He's not lost. It's just he's eating other people's planets. That's the thought process.
sure, whatever, right? Putting that aside, I'm actually willing to put all of that aside, right? His motivations for Franklin also kind of strange because like I think in my head maybe like I expected a more faithful adaptation because Galactus's hunger isn't like a thing to pass. It's just I don't know. It was so weird. This is kind of my main frustration with the movie, right? It has the veneer of an accurate like portrayal of these characters, but it changes them in a very specific like almost fundamental ways, and that's something that I just can't stand as somebody who is really into those characters. And like maybe that's my fucking hang up with the movie, but like it is what it is, right? The idea of like Galactus is like an essential function of the universe, right? And there's also like one of him. So like this idea that they beat him, that he's like trying to transfer his hunger, it's kind of insane to me. And I don't know. I just really didn't fucking like it. Also underdeveloped. The casting was good. I take back, I was a little skeptical about Human Torch and Reed Richards castings. No offense to Pedro Pascal, it's just like I also, like I said, I have a very specific image of Reed in my head, autistic, and I thought Pedro Pascal would be too suave. Funny enough, so I was glad to see that he brought the necessary energy to play Reed. Johnny was also good, like he was funny. He was competent. I think the characters were definitely like the best part of the movie, aside from like the visuals. Wish Ben got a little bit more, but generally, I'm pretty happy with the casting. And I'm pretty happy with the interpretation of the characters. I also really liked that Johnny was willing to sacrifice himself. Don't love that the Silver Surfer basically just showed up in that third act after fucking off. So I feel like there was a scene missing, and that's another thing. A lot of like conversation about the movie like is about what was cut, what wasn't cut, like because there were some scenes in the trailer that weren't there in the final cut of the movie. I think I wanted more from the characters, and God, dude, the first 15 minutes, if we're talking about shit that was cut, you can feel it in the beginning. The editing in the first like 15, 20 minutes of this movie is fucking gnarly. It basically goes from like the opening scene to running away from Galactus in 20 minutes. It's actually insane. It rushing by the accident that like gave them their powers, and like it was fine, right? It got the basic gist in a stylistic way, but it was like their powers were also sorry, I know this is very janky, but I'm kind of like going through it as I'm thinking, and it's like even the way their powers are depicted, right? Ben's was the best, Sue's was second, and then Johnny's was third. But the worst fucking powers were Reed's. Without question, I fucking hated the way they showed Reed's powers. Actually, one of my biggest gripes in the movie. So, like, in the comics, right? Reed expends more effort to look normal than he does to stretch, right? Essentially, like, his body melts, right, when he's not focusing. So he's not a rubber band. He's more like gum, like not even gum, like clay. Like it was weird seeing Galactus like do that to him because theoretically, A, he could go on for a lot longer, but B, it's like he snapped back almost, and it just really like he wasn't using his powers. Like it's supposed to be like this like little loop-de-loop like motion, right? Imagine a rubber band goes back and forth, right? well, like Reed's is like this. You ever unfold a paperclip and just fuck with it like that?
Mhm.
And like that like really grated on me that he was so springy. Um,
Let me cut in here real quick because
yeah,
I think it's super duper fascinating that we have almost antithetical problems, like diametrically
yeah,
opposed issues with the movie. And I think that
hmm
speaks to the two types of like viewer, the Fantastic Four
hmm
super nerd, the regular guy, right? Because my issue,
like
I think,
it was also a mid movie. Like
yeah,
I don't want to get that twisted. It's just my personal like very petty gripes, you know.
the visuals were good. The opening scene I
Hmm
liked, right? I thought it was cool. I thought it was bombastic.
Okay,
The setting
yeah,
is sick. I fuck with it.
hmm
Silver
like
Surfer
the
seems
cartoon after credits.
aptly threatening.
Hmm
Galactus, I don't really feel one way or the other about. My problem with it is a problem that I would have if it were any other story. It's that these characters don't go anywhere. There is zero, like, these characters fucking suck, and they suck because
hmm
nothing happens, right? If I were to ask you, don't go off implications, don't go off of comic book or other adaptation showings,
Mm.
right? Reed Richards, bro. They all it is. I actually don't have to calm down. Let me ramp it up, bro.
Yeah.
This movie sort of assumes a level of like knowledge and understanding of the characters. So
Even when you have it.
it just implies shit happens. Like for example, let me take Ben, right? This
Hmm
nigga looks in like through a window into a TV, sees himself
hmm
as a human, turns off, he sees himself as a monster, right? And it's like, oh, I knowing Ben's problems as a character, just like
hmm
and in this, I'm like, oh, I understand. This is where they're gonna go with him. They don't. You
They
imply
don't.
all they fucking did was, hey, like
Yep. They would just signal to
you
it.
know
Yeah.
this thing about this character. Ben has
Yep.
no. Ben does not change. He does not go through an arc. He does not
Yep.
develop. He does not move and grow in any meaningful capacity. The Ben Grimm you see at the beginning of the story is the same character you get at the end of the story. The same thing is true for
Yep.
Johnny. The same thing is true for Sue. The same thing is true for Reed. And it's annoying because they really try to like hint at interesting things happening. It's like, for example, one of the key conflicts of the movie, right? Reed and Sue, like the family versus like the super logical knowing everything. I thought they were going to go down a really interesting route of like
hmm
Reed having to come to grips with the fact that he doesn't know everything, he can't know everything,
Yep.
and like having to come to grips with that he doesn't. That's not really an issue. And one of the arguments they have is like, damn, bro, Reed, by the way, saying, yeah, I would never sacrifice our child. I ran the
hmm
numbers, right? I thought about it. I considered it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They have this argument. And Sue says this line that fucking pissed me off because it was like, you didn't earn that. It's like, he's like, this is me. And she's like, yeah, and sometimes that hurts. You haven't established that in the
Yeah.
slightest. You haven't
They were a happy couple before
you
that.
haven't done an iota of work to demonstrate that these characters, these depictions of these people struggle with that in their relationship. You haven't earned that. All like you
What?
haven't. They popped old, no build up, and the same thing is true for everything. You see the Johnny Storm plotline where it's kind of like they kind of hint at him being like ignored and somewhat downplayed by the
Yeah.
team, but the thing is he's not really. Everyone always
Yeah.
listens to him. Sue goes off and is like, oh,
Like
So you're
Reed
saying
made the suits.
Reed made the suits. When they
Yeah.
ignore him at first, they're then like, oh shit, what's up, Johnny? Every time the movie almost like hints at this idea of like, oh, Johnny's kind of like underestimated, but don't forget, he's a scientist too. He's smart too. He went to space not just off vibes, right? He's a super smart astronaut too, blah, blah, blah. It's just like the characters go nowhere. And so you're left the entire movie kind of like, yeah, dude, they're the exact, all of the interesting conflict, all of the interesting shit about it doesn't exist. For example, Reed's guilt over the accident. Ben has one line about it where Reed's like, ah, man, I could have done more. I should have done more. I know it. And Ben's like, don't beat yourself up.
That was the thing
Don't
that
beat
bothered
yourself
me,
up
bro.
about it. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
By the way, like Reed,
You can't
the whole thing
earn
with
that.
it's actually okay. Kind of going back into like outside knowledge, right? The shit that pissed me off about that scene is like, bro, Reed is like up at night trying to find a cure. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's one of two things with Reed and the Thing, right? It's either 24/7 I have to cure Ben. That's my number one thing, right? Or holy fuck, I have to keep putting out fires. I'm so sorry, Ben. Like, we got to keep doing this, right? And then Ben just gets more depressed. They don't do either. The world is basically perfect before that.
They don't do anything with the characters. There is no,
Yep.
like the way I described it to my brother when I went to go watch the movie, right? Is there exists no conflict within the characters that is revealed through Galactus's presence. Like a very basic, simple storytelling idea, right? Is like the external force reveals or like exacerbates an internal antagonistic drive, right? These characters have a problem emotionally, internally, logically, and the external force requires that they grow and change in order to adapt and overcome it in this kind of movie, right? The problem is their external problem is just that it does not betray or it get at an internal like we. It's like every climax that this movie comes to is so
like
aggravating.
Galactus is literally the antagonist.
That's it.
Like,
it's nothing about Reed doesn't have to grow because he doesn't concede on the like. They still use their child as bait because that was a smart play. Sue doesn't concede on anything. It's like it even a lot of the things that come to fruition, right? That family speech where she's like, "I won't sacrifice the world."
That shit pissed me off. That shit pissed me off, dude. My blood was boiling.
You didn't.
Not a single. That was the world, bro. Not a single person was like, "Fuck you and fuck the baby." Bro, I'm not 7 billion people.
I'm not even worried about that. Where I get caught up is like, listen, you can build up to them having that level of trust worldwide because they're the heroes, right? I'm not even mad at that. I'm mad that you don't do it in the movie. You don't do it. You imply.
Yeah, they don't show it. Like they don't show people like being that mad. They'll like allude to it, like you said. They'll imply that people are angry. They might show like boo or like whatever the fuck, right? But they won't show like action over it. Like, okay, call the military. Like, if the Fantastic Four doesn't want to give up Franklin, we'll fucking do it for him, right? Like, for me, there seems to be like a very obvious like conflict there that just isn't. She just gave a little motivational speech to the entire world, and not a single person thought, what the fuck was that? Give him the baby. Like boo.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's so frustrating and aggravating because these ideas could maybe stand on their own as like particularly interesting or like fascinating story and character concepts, but there is no arc. Nobody grows and changes in a way that means anything to the people. They don't have a problem that needs to be solved, right? Johnny doesn't overcome any internal strife and prove to his family that he's worth something because they never disagreed with that premise. Reed doesn't have to get over his guilt because he already did, right? Oh, don't beat yourself up about it. You'll get over it. Like, you're good. Oh, okay. Sue, the whole family thing is like, dude, did you just... was Sue's sort of like connection and obsession with it written off in a line about her parents? Like, yeah, dude, my mom died and my dad like did the best he could. So that's the foundation. That's the foundation of this core character of the story. I'm supposed to buy that? Fuck you. Yep. Like, dude, like, fuck you, fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck the car, fuck the planet. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like it demands that you come into this with knowledge and feelings about the characters beforehand, and then is then like, guys, remember that time we did this super cool thing and we went through this internal conflict? Me too.
Like, what pisses me off too is that like everything just sort of happens. Like, one, Galactus, like the Silver Surfer, just shows up, right? Galactus just shows up. The fact that like there were basically no other real conflicts, like in the Fantastic Four world, right? They just have world peace. Like, everybody's just locked. So there's no trouble getting anybody on board with their plans. There's no trouble getting it on relying on the Fantastic Four as like the fucking protectors of the world officially. There's no conflict about like there's just no conflict. Like it's it really pissed me off that like if you watch Thunderbolts, right? And you saw the after credit scene, you'll know about the FF ship that appears at the end, right? And I was really excited about that scene because to me it implied that in Fantastic Four they lost, right? It was this like big last ditch effort, but Galactus was just too overwhelming, and they had to make the ultimate decision to basically abandon and like basically fail their world, right? I kind of expected something like really devastating like that, and partially it kind of like messed with my expectations of the movie. So I was shocked that they won in the end. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, wait a minute, what? Well, then why? Then why go like what the fuck? And if you're gonna introduce Doctor Doom, where the fuck was he? Like
Let
you
me.
think Doctor Doom is just gonna like take Galactic like the idea of Victor Von Doom letting Reed Richards save him, even incidentally, is borderline character assassination. If you don't think Victor Von Doom would jump at the first chance to upstage Reed Richards in trying to solve the Galactus problem, you're fucking insane. Like, mm, like holy shit,
It's
dude.
so funny. The first scene with Doom in there being with his mask off, bro. That shit fucking killed me. But
Yeah,
one thing I want to say this, right? I mean, they speed ran, but they clearly showed the Mole Man conflict in Reed and talk about various villains they defeated. You, as a storyteller, don't get to say, and then we did other cool shit, and
mm,
that's the explanation for this. You kind of have to like show me in a way that's like convincing, emotionally moving, and believable, right?
yeah,
It has to be like I'm not saying that I can't buy that they like they obtain this world peace. What I'm saying the problem is right. They come back to Earth. We're not giving up our baby. The world
mm,
is in shock and terror. They're mad. They do nothing to re-earn that like what I'm saying is it's an arc. It has you have to like follow through.
yep.
They start at the top. They start good, right? The world then doesn't believe in them. I'm saying you need more legwork to get back to they believe we've achieved universal global cooperation at
Yep.
a grand unprecedented scale. You need more than we'll do this as a family. I'm not moved by that. I'm personally not convinced. I don't think it's interesting. I don't think it's fascinating. Not from like a realistic, like, oh my God, people would react. It's more of like, you haven't done that from like a narrative emotional sense. You haven't like proven that I should buy into this. Um, if you're just
Yep.
like, yeah, dude, we fucking like, I don't know, we had our problems and now we don't. Okay, so why am I watching the movie? This isn't interesting. None of the characters go anywhere. They don't advance, they
Like
don't change, they don't regress. They're just the same people in the end as they are in the
they
beginning.
learn nothing. Yeah. Like what we beat the baddies. Like what is there left to do? By the way, like there was a few scenes in the movie that I liked. Right. The black hole scene was cool. I thought the scene where Reed was talking to Franklin was nice, right? Um, and I I think I liked Sue the most in the movie. Um, but I think the shit that really kind of grated on me was that Galactus is either insurmountable or he's not. Like you either like the reason I initially liked the teleporting the Earth plan, right? The reason I liked the like trying to fucking find a weakness in his ship or something like that, or like even the idea that like they would give Franklin to him or whatever is like it went a long way in kind of legitimizing Galactus as a thing, right? Like it felt too grounded for the kind of creature Galactus is supposed to be. That introduction was really cool, right? When you first like get to Galactus' ship, you see the planet being like consumed from the inside out. Like all the aura, like really leading up to Galactus and the Silver Surfer was really good. But then something about like something about Johnny just kind of like shooting fire in his eyes. That was like a downward spiral for me. Like I I don't know if they ever bring back Galactus and mention him as like some kind of big threat, right? Sue victim. Like Thanos felt more insurmountable. Like, and that was a guy by comparison. Like the example the example I gave was like what Sue did to that to a fully like to a just like eaten Galactus is would be like if Spider-Man single-handedly soloed Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. It's unhinged. Like, oh no, but his spider sense, bro. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. For you, this seems to fail as an adaptation. For me, this fails as like a story. It fails in terms of the
I mean, it fails on both.
yeah.
Like that's the part that like grinds my gears. Is like I was I saw a very mid movie. I was antagonized and teased and fucking like spited it almost as like for being a Fantastic Four fan. It felt like like I said, it gave the veneer that I was getting what I wanted,
Hmm.
while also being a spit in my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It what's the somebody put it best on Twitter. It was like this movie felt like a here, damn, now shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Fantastic Four fan.
A good example. Here's the way I would like encapsulate how I feel the characters exist. Using like another one of Ben's moments as a microcosm. Ben meeting the teacher lady at like the synagogue, right? And being like, kind of like trying to flirt a little bit and then leaving. Cool. Obviously his love interest for the movie. Bet. The payoff to that, no in between, by the way, the payoff to that being him pulling up to the synagogue to talk to her, when like the preparation for the planet being teleported is happening, is it is the perfect encapsulation of what I feel the entire movie is, which is a point A,
Point B,
point Z,
C.
right? There you go. Like there is no in between. It's just, and if a character even comes to a new conclusion, right? What did Ben do? What happened in the movie to make Ben feel comfortable enough to talk to her? What aspect of him grew, right? What did he become more comfortable in his skin? Did she show a level of like kindness and affection that changed him, or that felt like she uniquely would accept him in a way that everybody accepts him? They're the Fantastic Four, but maybe she saw the humanity in him when everybody else saw the Thing. She saw Ben, everyone else saw the Thing. Like maybe I could see that, but the movie doesn't give me that. I have to imagine it. I have to make up character arcs in my head.
And like what gets me is like Ben has an in comics love interest that kind of addresses like she's blind. Like her name's Alicia, right? Like something about this just also like felt a little lazy, where it felt like it borrowed the aesthetics of the Fantastic Four's world and like lore without like actually adapting it. So it was is this where you grew up? Yeah, Yancey Street. Points to the sign. That's it. End of fucking bro. That's part of him. Like that's Yancey Street is like his fucking home away from home. I just don't fucking understand it. I truly don't understand why this movie has to be the way it is. Maybe if it was longer, it might address some of these problems, but like I'll be honest with you. This shit felt like stepping into a car and getting like it felt like an Uber ride. I don't know.
It wasn't great. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I walked out the theater, I thought 6 out of 10. I am really feeling a 5. I'm not gonna lie. I like talked about it a little bit more. Wasn't a fun watch. Not gonna lie. It wasn't bad. Like I said, there were some interesting things. I think it was a very nice looking movie. I think it was for me. I think I was like, okay, I like the way the powers are shown. I think the setting is nice. I think there were some aspects of it. I think that the chemistry is cool. I just wish there was more to the characters than their like kind of cute familial interactions on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think I initially had this movie at a 6, but the more I think about it, the madder I get. So I think like as a movie, it's probably like a 5 or a 6. As a Fantastic Four movie, it's probably Probably a 7. My experience, I don't know. Probably a 4. Funny how that works. Um, yeah, no. As an adaptation of any Fantastic Four source material, lame. Um, editing, lame. Villain motivations, lame. I can't fucking believe Johnny's pep talk. Whatever. I don't even want to get into the fucking Silver Surfer's actions, bro. She was there
Jesus,
for five
yeah,
fucking
dude.
minutes.
That I
Holy
completely
fuck.
forgot. I completely forgot why she like turned heel there. It's
I don't
just,
blame you.
it's
Yeah.
you've killed all these people. Did she not know that before?
Yeah.
Like, was she not
Like
aware?
you just needed to say her name. It's the Winter Soldier. Like you just needed to. No, because you didn't say it in her language. No. Just where it says. Make sure it says. So, fuck you for that.
Hmm.
No, no. Fuck everything about this movie, man. It had all the right pieces in the wrong order, and then for some reason it threw out half the fucking like I. It had all the right pieces, threw half of them out, and then put the rest in the wrong order. I I can't fucking stand this movie the longer I think about it. Like the Fantastic Four was cool, I guess. Suits were cool, I guess.
There's a cool scene
Human Torch
in like the
was cool,
intro
I guess.
scene where like Sue's like using her powers to, like push the
Hmm.
railroad tracks back up, and like Johnny, like we get like a tracking shot behind him and he's like flying around. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Um
they use their powers pretty cool. I wish Sue used more force fields.
yeah.
Um,
Let me see. Let me think. Hold on. I can find.
Reed's powers were horse piss. So, um, he didn't eat the gum gum fruit. Like, whatever. Okay, no, it's fine. No. Like, I mean, he just snaps back. Fuck it, right?
Yeah. I guess in terms of the superhero movies this year, how would you rank them, big bro?
Superman absolutely negative diffs, bro.
Mm-hmm. Superman at the top.
Um, Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
This, I guess.
And then
Was there another one?
and then Captain America below that.
Oh fuck, no. Captain America than this. Yeah,
Okay. Pretty much the same, and then
yeah.
I just flip. Do I flip it? Fuck, dude. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
What
I.
what pisses me off, right, is like Captain America was a mess production wise, and you could see it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You got what they were going for. Like there was at least some kind of change in the shit that happened.
Yeah, I like there is a more of a narrative, right?
Hmm.
There's definitely more of a narrative. But goddamn, I'm far removed from it. So a lot of the things that aggravated me just won't be that the movie looked like shit for one, right? Like
Yeah,
just a standout thing.
it was not a pretty sight.
I'm
I like Sam's fight with Red Hulk.
his I like the water, like the dog fights that we saw like in that when he's like trying to stop the bombs or whatever. That was cool. Like there are cool moments,
Yeah, yeah, they're
but
cool moments.
I feel like I don't. Hmm. That's
I think I
tough.
was offended by this movie is the problem, right? Like,
I was disappointed. I think there was an element of disappointment that factors in there that's kind of hard to quantify because I didn't expect anything from
mm,
Captain America, but Captain
mm,
America might be a more aggravating. I'd say I'd switch Fantastic Four. So it'd be Superman, Gap, Thunderbolts, Gap,
mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four, Cap. That's how it would be. Like, yeah, it being a sequel to The Incredible Hulk in a weird way, fucking
Oh
dumbass
yeah.
idea, dude.
Oh
Holy
fuck! I
shit.
forgot. No. I forgot about the leader. No, I switched it to because, bro, I remembered what he looked like. I repressed that shit. You remember the brain popping out through the side?
Mhm.
Nah, I know. I'm sorry. Like I'm going back and forth on this. Like it's actually so funny, man. This is I still maintain this is the best Fantastic Four movie of all time, and that's the shit that keeps pissing me off. It's actually definitively the best. Like if this gets a 45 on Rotten Tomatoes, it'll still be the best Fantastic Four movies ever made.
I think it beat Superman, bro, on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it has like a 90 or something. Am I tripping?
Fucking no, let me check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has a really high score, big bro. I definitely think we're in the minority in terms of
So
opinions on this one.
Superman has a 91 audience and an 83 critic.
Mhm.
Fantastic Four First Steps. Or rather, that's what it's technically called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 87.93. Fucking gross.
Holy shit,
Actually
dude. Yeah,
infuriating.
that's funny, man. That's funny. I'm not a fan. I'll be real with you. I'm not a fan. Um, it's cool.
Whatever.
I can understand why people would be because it's like nice and flashy and like the aesthetic is cool and it's in its own self-contained universe. For a lot of reasons, you feel like as if you can exist within it. I think those people maybe need to reassess the basic motivations and arcs of the characters. That's just me. Very not
Dude, I'm
interesting.
so sick of Marvel movies. Why do they all have to be like this? Fuck! I don't understand. I don't understand what the goddamn issue is with Kevin Feige. Why do they have to be like this? And the fucking dude, these reviews are just getting to me. Like what? No, hold on. I gotta read you some of these, bro.
Mm.
It's a brisk, brightly comic. Uh, uh, piss off. I don't care about your ads. Oh my god, you're actually stonewalling me. Fuck. Whatever. It's brisk, brightly comic, and most of all sincere and earnest. This year's superhero mode, a combo that works just as well here as it does for Superman in the DC universe. Insulting comparison.
I don't know, man. I'm like Avengers is gonna be trash. I know Avengers is gonna be trash. Dude,
Yeah,
that movie
it's
is
gonna be
going to
fucking
fucking
garbage.
suck.
Unfucking believable, dude. Gorgeous and thrilling. Fuck you. They're out here giving it 4 out of 5s, bro. They're out here giving it 4 out of 5s. They're giving it 4 out of 5s. It's an 8 out of 10. You know what? I'm going to quote Lemon's review of Fantastic Four. I could have watched Superman again for the time investment I put into this film. Just another churned out Marvel movie. Maybe one day they'll get it right. But until that, Kevin Feige is no James Gunn. The gun is jammed. And you know the worst part, man? I think I saw the thing that said like we're not getting any superhero movies for at least another year.
I'm chill with that.
So like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay.
Whatever. Ending on a high note, right? Whatever, man. Whatever.
Hold on. Let me. Yeah, man. Fantastic Four, not the superhero movie of the year. Actually, not even really all that close. Not a great project. I cannot lie. I know Avengers
No.
going to be asked, but I'll be there day one. Yeah, not like here and there are not different things. Like we got some slight Marvel glaze from Eli here. At least thank you for being honest. Half the people calling Marvel slop are the ones watching it on premiere day. Slop.
I want to believe, bro.
I don't want to believe. It's not that, right? You don't think McDonald's is good for you, Eli. I'm sure you've had some chicken nuggets in the past month. You know, fulfill that with any other fast food chain of your choice, right? You don't have to think that shit's good to consume it. Like, I'll just be honest, right? Like, this and that, no, I don't think anybody saying, like, yeah, dude, this shit is ass is also saying we're completely unwilling to consume it. A lot of people do things or indulge in things that they know are not going to be good for them or good to even enjoy. It just happens. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes it's fun to hate. This one, it didn't really make me angry in the way I wanted it to. I don't know. Like, it's just disappointing. Like, I walked out of the theater not really being mad. Like, I was really excited, almost pumped up to either be super happy about it or even have some like hate to get off my chest. But just kind of like, man, this just failed as a story. I don't know. Hey, man. That's Marvel for you, huh? That's Marvel for you.
Yes. Fuck, go see Superman instead. Go see it again if you.
Yeah, and if you're really truly interested in seeing Fantastic Four, wait till it comes out on Tubi. Should be just a little bit.